Patrick, November 2008, your number goes up top in the rafters of the Bell Center.
Yes.
December 4th, 2009, you put on goalie pads and you go out and take some shots in the Centennial game. Have you been back in the Bell Center since the Centennial game?
No, I haven't. Actually, I came for a morning skate last year. I think it was before Game 2 against Ottawa and Montreal. But other than this, I mean, no, it's the first time.
When you skate out on the ice today for your practice, do you take a look up top above the visiting net?
I forgot. See how focused I am for the game? But you know what? I lied to you. I did it before I arrived. I just make sure it's still there, you know what I mean? You know, no dust on it, make sure they clean it. I mean, it's perfect. But they do such a great job here. I mean, this organization is I mean, it's a lot of class. I mean, the Hall of Fame they just built. I mean, they put a lot of pride in the pass, and there's a great pass in this franchise, and they're taking care of it, which is they certainly deserve a lot of credit for that.
Well, sir, Patrick, you mentioned in French how the fans here have always supported you. Have you given any thought to how the fans are going to react to your arrival, and what do you think?
I think it's going to be great. I expect to be great. I mean, 2 years before I was number one for coaching, for coach and GM. I mean, I could have both jobs. I mean, if it was voted by the fans, then I truly appreciate that. I mean, I thought that was great gesture from them to give me that opportunity. I mean, to be on top, and made me feel good with the fans. I mean, it's not that I had doubt, but at the same time, it was nice to see that the past was way behind us, and everybody move on, and they could see me as their next coach or GM. I mean, it was you know, for the ego, I have to admit, it feels good.
Sorry, just to follow up on that, but you mentioned, you know, kind of getting on good graces with the franchise when they retired your number, how it kind of, you know, buried the past and everything. To what point did that sort of change your view of this city and the franchise and everything? The fact that you were able to do that and come in the front door the way you did?
Didn't really last very long for me. I mean, when I met Bob Gainey and Pierre Boivin, the summer before they retired my jersey, I said to them, it's been behind me for a long time. I was looking forward to that day, but unfortunately, it takes two to dance sometimes. And I was very happy to be back in the family, and having the opportunity to see my jersey retire, I mean, meant a lot to me. I mean, I mentioned it many times. I mean, a kid from Quebec, or the province of Quebec, playing for this organization, I mean, it means a lot for any of us. And I play hard, play with a lot of passion, a lot of pride, and learn a lot from this franchise. Helped me to become the person I am, but not only the person I am, but also the player I was. And the leaders that we had at the time, the Robinson, the Gainey, even the Tremblay, and the Carbonneau, the Chelios, on and on. I mean, you could draw a list of players that were outstanding leaders. I mean, I learned a lot from every one of them. Then the coaches that we had, I mean, I could say easily that I learned a lot from them as well.
Yes, go ahead.
Patrick, just speaking to some of your players, they said that throughout the season, is that not once have you gone in during an intermission when things haven't gone well and yelled at them, berated them, or anything like that. How much has your style with the Avalanche evolved from your days with the Rampart?
Well, the days with the Rampart certainly prepared me really well and helped me a lot. I mean, to move on, and I think this is a group that needs positive. And I think, I mean, it's easy for me to be positive with this group because they work so hard. And when I go in the room, I try to find solution more than anything else and give them some ideas. Anyway, there's nothing you can do about what happened in the first or second period. It's what you're going to do in the third. How many times Mike Keane said, you don't have to play your best to win a hockey game, but you have to find a way every night. And that's what we've been trying to do here. I mean, we know we're not going to be perfect every night. I mean, if you're looking on paper, we're probably not the best team in NHL on paper. But one thing we're allowed to do is to go and play hard. And I'm using a lot my last year in my career against Minnesota. I mean, Jacques Lemaire was the head coach on the other side, and if they had a lot less payroll than ours, but they were competing. Even down 3-1, they kept going at us, and they won game 5, 6, and 7, and 5 and 7 in Denver, and winning in overtime. Then, and I could also use my 86 and 93 Stanley Cup. I mean, we were not necessarily the best team on paper, but we believe in ourselves. Then I think the approach that we had those years, I'm certainly used them a lot in showing our players that if we're positive, if we keep working hard, and the one thing that was very important for us is when we start the season, we want to base our relation on trust and respect, and partnership as well. Then partnership was also a very important thing because the system is not built for them. I mean, it's for us, sorry, but it's built for them. And that was the key for us. I mean, they have to be part of it. And if they know that they could trust us as a partner and they could count on us, and fortunate for me, it didn't took too long to have an opportunity to show that I was with them. It was the first game when something happened. I don't remember what happened that game, but I just need to look at my paycheck and I see it.
I hate to ask the boring lineup question at the end here, but Ryan O'Reilly wasn't out there. Is he hurt?
Ryan will play tomorrow. Yeah, he will play. I wasn't sure because when I left, I mean, Paul was still in the room talking to Matt, and I'm not sure if Paul will play. Then for me, Paul will remain a day-to-day, but we'll know more tomorrow morning. But I expect to see Ryan O'Reilly play tomorrow.
Wait, go ahead there. Question? No? You're fine? Yes, go ahead.
Patrick, can we just get your feelings of what's it like going into tomorrow's game for you, like from a personal standpoint?
Well, I was trying to not to think too much about it. I mean, obviously after the game last night in Ottawa, then I start thinking more about it. I mean, the good times but I try to have a simple approach for this game. I don't try to put myself ahead of the team. I want to stay at the same level of a player. Then I try just to focus on coming here and play. I mean, seeing our players play a good game. I mean, it's not about me, it's about them. And I try to let them, I mean, they certainly deserve the credit of our success. And they're the reason why we are where we are. And it is important for me to not put myself ahead. I mean, yes, you're doing a good job to put myself ahead of them, but at the same time, I mean, it is important to me that they are the ones that are in the front row.
Yes. One
Patrick,
more.
you're well placed to talk about the pressure playing goal in this city. How's Carey Price doing?
Well, I mean, everybody is impressed by the way he played at the Olympics. I mean, he was outstanding, and seeing the team winning the gold medal, I mean, I'm sure everybody in Canada are extremely proud of them. I thought that was a great accomplishment for him, and then overall, I would say he's having a great career. I mean, it's not easy. I mean, to perform year after year on the high level, and I think he's been doing pretty good at it. I mean, he's the number one player for the Habs. I mean, any team right now, it's a tough stats, but at the same time, it's the reality. Your goaltender has to play for 920 if you want to make the playoffs. And it's exactly what Varlamov does for us. That's what Carey Price does for the Montreal. When he's playing at 920, your team, I mean, I remember my 5 or 6 years into Montreal, I could win the Trico Trophy. It was awarded for the save percentage, and I would win it at 909. Then you see how much the position has changed, how much important the position of goaltending is now. Then your goalies are a big key of your success, and Varley's been one of the reasons why we are.